presented its version of the election reform bill, which they say is largely a mirror image of the original measure. Governor's chief policy advisor, Arthur Clark.
Governor Calvo said that, that his purpose in introducing this bill is election reform. We feel that the last bill itself might really have been intended less on election reform, or at least equally weighted on election result reform. In particular, trying to reform the results of the last election.
Some of the list of over a dozen changes include the provision aimed to count ballots that were submitted late in the 2010 election, modifying the mandate of prosecution before investigation, and removing the open-ended authority allowing the Election Commission to decertify the election results. The revised bill does, however, leave a provision to audit the 2010 election. Majority Leader Senator Roy Respicio, who introduced the bill on the governor's behalf, pointed out a number of problems with the bill and raised concern over some of the governor's statements about his revised version.
Counting all valid votes is not mischief. Counting all valid votes is the only way that you can assure free and fair elections. When we talk about an audit, we're not talking about a comprehensive review of the 2010 election. We're talking about going and counting those ballots that were never counted at all.
Clark further discussed problems with the original version, saying that the provision in the statute that requires an audit, which is contrary to public statement, was intended to be non-binding. However, he didn't see where that language existed in the legislation.
When you're dealing with election law, Mr. Chairman, the word count has a legal significance. Generally, a count relative to an election is a count of the votes with the intent to have them accumulated to make a determination as to the election result.
Ultimately, he says, it's time to move on and it's time to be forward-thinking. The Guam Election Commission, meanwhile, will wait until its meeting later this month to review the bill and provide a formal position. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.